So I wish I could have worked and collaborated with Telescope Video. I mean, I don't think they're from the past, but I don't know if I'm throwing it out there to the universe. Hopefully somebody's listening. My design style in 3 words: timeless, non-predictive, and relevant. Hi, I'm Ekta Parekh from Red. I'm here at the Housewarming studio, and this is my life in design. We have a lot of questions to get through, so here goes. What's the first thing you notice when you walk into a room? Honestly, mistakes. My eye goes to everything that doesn't align, joints, things which are open. Yes, it's a big problem, but it exists. What is the color I use most fearlessly? Black. Patterns or solids? What's your default? I'd say solids. I'm very afraid of patterns. If your living room had a soundtrack, what would it be? I think it would probably be Beethoven's Symphony 5 because it's very soothing to hear, but it picks up tempo and it's surprisingly complex but also fun. What's the one thing no one tells you about wallpapers? You can apply them literally everywhere. Like in bathrooms, on the floors, there are enough varieties that come which are hardy, sturdy. Honestly, it's a replacement to things which take time, and people should know this. A fabric I would never use in my projects, though I have used it. I think boucle is overused. I have a big problem with trends, which you will know later, but I would like not to use it. What's a design rule you love to break? To be honest, as a firm, I think we don't follow rules. I think that's how we stand out, and I think there should be nothing by the book that you go by. Question every decision, question every move, and move forward in the way your heart desires. What's the one object in your home or studio that you absolutely cannot do without? My coffee machine. It cannot be absent. I would not be able to have this conversation if I was not caffeinated enough. The most underrated decor element: fragrance diffusers, because we pay so much attention to things which are tactile and things which are visual. I think there is not enough emphasis on things which relate to smell, and I think it needs to be the entire experience. A housewarming ritual that you swear by. Now this I don't have. I know a lot of firms do. But I think something that we feel strongly about is including the whole team in the puja that the client does at the beginning of entering their home or office. 3 design style words. My design style in 3 words. Timeless, non-predictive, and relevant. A design book you always return to. I don't know if it's that much design, but it's more design theory. I think in school we read a lot of Deleuze and Guattari, and I think the whole concept of rhizomatic design is something that, or rhizomatic thought is something that is very deeply enrooted in me. And I think it really sets the principle of how you approach any design project. A design trend you hope never returns. I hope the word trend goes away from the word of design. It's like it needs to go. Please don't follow trends. The word softness reminds you of place of peace, calm, early mornings, things like that. Luxury reminds you of, and I've said this in many talks, freedom. Freedom of thought, freedom of action, the ability to be free and do exactly what you want is a pure luxury. Marble or wood? Wood. One design piece that instantly elevates the room. I think maybe not a piece, but I think lighting in general. I think whether it's a decorative light or a technical light, I think it's very important to set the mood to any space. The most overused phrase in design, I don't know if it's a phrase or it's a word, but bespoke really gets under my skin. A perfect housewarming gift. I think it's very client specific. We're very big on end user design and being very relevant to the client. So I think the perfect gift is something that the client really wants, whether it's a bottle of wine that they really wanted or a book they've been wanting to read. But I don't think it's necessarily a decor element. It would be something that is very client specific. A celebrity I would love to design for. I think it would probably be maybe Stanley Kubrick or Quentin Tarantino, because I think they're just so crazy, and I think I would love to understand how they think, and they design films in such a radical in a manner. I think doing a collaborative design exercise would be something path-breaking. One item you always splurge on: my shoes. Most overrated design style. I think the use of the word contemporary, I don't know what it means, to be very honest. So many people come and tell us, I want a contemporary home. It can be so many things. It has to be contemporary to something, contemporary to context. So I think it's very overrated and it needs to be narrowed down and defined. Chandeliers in a bathroom, love it or hate it? Love it. One thing every home needs, no excuses: a coffee machine. It doesn't need to be elaborate, it doesn't need to be expensive, it can be a mocha pot, but I think it needs to be there. People may be functionally better. Open floor plans or overrated or iconic? I think there's no general rule for for this, but I think it's just keeps the flow of the space open. So I would probably say iconic and maybe more timeless. One major life decision you don't regret. Being in the world of design, I was all set to be a surgeon, and things changed, and I'm here, and there's not a day that doesn't go by where I don't thank my stars to say thank God I'm in this space. One space, can it be a public building or a restaurant or any other space that comes to your mind when one says good design? The Highline project in New York City, I think it's my absolute favorite. It's such a brilliant urban intervention. It's designed by Diller Scofidio, which firm I really love and respect. And I think the space I keep going back to every few years, and it keeps changing, it keeps adding, and I think that's the whole idea of a great urban intervention. An architect or designer from the past you wish you could have collaborated or worked with. So I wish I could have worked and collaborated with Diller Scofidio. I mean, I don't think they're from the past, but I don't know if I'm throwing it out there to the universe. Hopefully somebody's listening. I think there would be so much to learn from. Your spirit material, velvet, brass or stone? Stone. If you have 30 seconds to style a shelf, what do you grab? Sameer Wadekar. A hotel you wish you could move into. I am actually not a big hotel person. I spend a lot of time in hotels, grudgingly, because of all the travel, but I'm very happy to come home. So I don't know if this is relevant to me, but yes, I think home is where the heart is, and I think that's what I would love to come back to. A city you keep going back to, and why? So there are two. One I do keep going back to, which is New York, because I've lived there in my 20s, in my early 20s, and I'm dating myself. But it's such a vibrant city, ever growing, ever changing. But I would always want to go back to Copenhagen because I think it's sort of the design capital of the world. It's where things are happening, and I think it's aspirational and inspirational in the same breath. Okay, what's more important, natural light or high ceilings? I think this is a tough choice. I would probably go with high ceilings because it's really something we get excited in a new space with. And with a high ceiling, you can always put in natural light. My dream dinner party guest, dead, alive or fictional? I think it'll be fictional. And I think it would be Khaleesi from Game of Thrones for multiple reasons. I think she was brilliant, strong, fearless, loyal, passionate, so many things which are aspirational. And if I weren't an interior designer, I would be a surgeon because I was all set to do medicine, and then here I am. That's it.
You were lovely.
Thank you. These questions were me.
For you.